Hi, Saturday, October 21st, 2023. Today is my daughter Valerie and her husband Josiah's wedding anniversary. I've been busy all day. It's a beautiful fall day. It's at probably 65 degrees. And I've been tearing out summer flowers, planting fall flowers. I'm tired now, but I'm gonna do a quick walkabout. So this is around this front sidewalk where I had vincas all summer, and it was really hard to pull them out because they were not done yet. But things are happening in my world, be busy, and I didn't want to lose the opportunity with nice weather. So I pulled them out, and I have them in a bucket because I couldn't stand to just throw them away yet. And I put in these pretty pansies, purple and yellow. So they're tiny right now, but hopefully they'll do a nice show for us this winter. So that's the front. And I still have a pot on the front porch. I'm not sure I'm going to do it this winter. We'll see. That one's not going to be able to go because that has water in it and it won't last all winter without freezing. Disappointingly, my angel trumpet grew great, but never flowered. By now it was flowering last year. The neighbor has one, theirs didn't flower either. And Bree that I follow on YouTube, hers has been flowering for a long time. So why this one didn't this year, I don't know. And we aren't that far from frost, and I don't even see any buds yet. So I guess that's not going to happen in the forest this year, and I don't know why. It's a pretty bush. It looks nice there, but disappointed about the not flowering. This was my Rose of Sharon that I had to keep the deer away from, and probably will have to do that for a while till it gets big enough to hold its own. A lot of buds on it still. It looked really pretty when it was flowering this year. Mexican petunias, they bloom mostly in the morning when the sun hits them. They dry up, but I like just the nice greenery along the side of the house there. The tropical garden, which is the canna lilies, elephant ear, and banana trees. Looking good. They'll all be done pretty soon as we get closer to our first frost. I took out the 4 o'clock flowers from here and I put in some broccoli plants and some garlic. I think I might put carrots in there too. We'll see. Beautyberry is basically done, but the birds still love the berries. So we'll leave them there until they're basically gone, and then we'll trim that way back for next year. Here's the flowers I pulled out of the ground. Vincas and the marigolds. They're just sitting in a tub of water. I'll probably throw them away pretty soon, but I couldn't do it today. Canna lilies still giving us flowers. This garden is the verbena and the peanuts and the zinnias and dahlias. Nice and green. Oh, we got that one. I always forget what it's called. Oh, it was blooming. I don't see any blooms on it now. Yarrow, that's what it is back there. Dahlia. Oh, there's a dahlia that fell over. I should bring that one in the house. Look how pretty that is. So beautiful. I'll bringing that one in because you can't even see it there. Lots of little zinnias. They all have powdery mildew, so that's still disappointing, but flowers are pretty still. And then tons and tons and tons of carrots, seedlings coming up everywhere. I just sprinkled the seeds from the ones I grew that I let go to seed or flower in the seed. I just sprinkled it all back there. And there's a farmer that I watched that he uses carrots as cover crops to keep the weeds out. So I thought I'd give it a try. And we'll get small carrots, hopefully. Won't get big ones here. These are all peanuts. There's another dahlia. It's a pretty color with all the different, the multi-color on it. Verbenas. Lots of carrots back here. I love the homegrown carrots, especially after the frost. I've got one potato plant growing. Another, I planted some more in here. They haven't come up yet. Got garlic planted in those. My broccoli plants are doing really well. I've got multiple different sizes of them so that hopefully if they do well, we'll have a staggering of harvest. More zinnias. Most of these are done, but they're still green. I'll take it. This garden's just amazing. Look at that mom. That mom is just, I don't know, it's huge. And I love the color. There's bees all over it. There's 2 of them. It's just so pretty and so absolutely huge. There's another bee climbing around. He's hiding now. Here he is. So pretty. Really, really happy with that. The cosmos against the blue sky. Look at that. I mean, there's not much prettier than that. Look at that pink and blue. Absolutely amazing. Blue skies here are beautiful. Zinnias and sun patience. Another broccoli down there because, you know, I'm putting them everywhere that I have open space. I hope that moth is not laying any caterpillar eggs. I love that. I love that mom. Look at all the bees. We're having a happy day today. And then I got my 2 containers planted for fall, which was, I had to unplant what was there. Of course, here's my morning glories that look great on the arch, but still no blossoms. There are buds, but they're tiny, and whether they make it before the first frost, I don't know. I mean, they're just teeny tiny little buds. They're all over it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So here is my winter interest. So I've got violas, purple and white, and then I have kale, ornamental kale, that is gonna be white. It'll look like a white flower inside. This is the coleus that I was growing all summer. I couldn't bring myself to pull it out yet, so I left it there. It's kind of scrunched in there, but until it dies, I don't want to take it out. And then I'll plant barley seeds behind that for some height. Same thing over here, minus the coleus. Just the violas and the kale, the white kale. This keeps getting shadows. And then I'll plant barley behind it for some height. Of course, those lilies will die when we get a frost. I got some garlic coming up here. And another broccoli plant there. Pulmonaria, zinnias, lantana. Annuals are basically done. More broccoli. This is actually pieces of the rice that I grew, and I just trimmed it up and threw it in there for mulch. More broccoli. Here's the biggest broccoli I've got. It's doing really well in a container. I did cut down my wisteria, which I know is going to be controversial. I just didn't like it. It was growing, it was too big. It's invasive here. And it was growing all to one side, and we bought this trellis to put columbine up, which is little columbine is trying to grow, and of course it got dwarfed by the wisteria. So you can see how big the branches were that we cut out of here. I can't even get these off, but look how thick that was. And the trunk at the bottom was, the stump, I mean, was huge. So it was a big job to get it out. So I'll put another columbine here, and I think that'll be prettier if that can just take over the trellis, and it'll flower more of the year rather than just a short period of time. It's really wet here sometimes. When it rains, it floods here. It's not, but we don't get that much rain in the summer typically. So I got to figure out how to do that. Probably will put a container at the bottom to hold the clematis so it keeps it out of the rain or out of the floods, and then just put irrigation to it. I think that'll work better. And I cleaned up all of this area. I still have these three tomato plants that are hanging in there, and I'm not ready to pull them out till they're done. So I'm still getting tomatoes from them, and they're still very tasty. Getting some fall color on our crepe myrtle. Again, look at that blue sky. color against the blue sky. Well, there's one little crepe myrtle flower still. Very pretty. Strawberries I pulled out, the ones that are there don't look very good, but hopefully in the spring they'll come back. Got some onions that we missed earlier, so I'll pull those later. Another broccoli, that's just another broccoli seed I put in. It's trying to come up, and I threw carrot seeds in here, and their little seedlings are starting to sprout. Hopefully that'll fill in with carrot seeds. Because that should be better, nice soft soil. Hopefully that'll be nice. Here's some more morning glories, and there's some, it's about the biggest buds I've got right here. If I can focus on that. I don't know if we're gonna get any. They certainly have buds. If I had 2 or 3 more months, I'd have a nice good show of them, but they're probably going to bloom by the time we get our first frost, and that'll be all. Marigolds, strawberries, they're looking pretty good. There's some carrots, some more carrots. I've got drip irrigation everywhere that I've been pulling up as I take out my container garden, so they're just sort of hanging out right now. Here's some tomatoes still starting to turn red. Some more green ones, zinnias, and then a few peas down here. I don't think they're gonna make it. This one is getting nice and tall. We'll see if it produces before we get too cold for it. It doesn't mind the cold, but I won't like freezing temperatures. And then I took moved all these containers. I have 3 left. I did get some snapdragons today, so these are new. Just planted those there. Marigolds, and then this purple planter, which I really like. And then of course the black and blues and the azaleas blooming together. Really like that. Like those colors together. And then all of the loofahs. Having so much fun with these. I just don't know what's going to happen when it freezes because they're so far from being ripe. Not sure what's going to happen if they're all still green when it freezes, but we'll find out. This is my first year, so it's all learning. This one is my second one. It's starting to turn lighter green, and the one up there is my first one. It's the biggest one, and it's pretty light green. These are still pretty hard. Or this one's squishy. A lot of the other ones are squishy. I'm not sure what that means yet, though. We'll find out. Moonflower did great, and the seed pods have burst open, so I expect we'll have lots of moonflower babies next spring. Got still getting some cherry or grape tomatoes here. And then my harvest today, this is purple pepper. And then this little pepper, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not a pepper person. It's teeny. And then out of one of my containers, I pulled up a peanut plant and 3 little peanuts. I will probably just save those to plant again next year because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of those peanuts over there, because they'll probably produce quite a few. The work involved in brining them and then roasting them to eat, I tried once before, it was kind of a pain. So I don't know that I'll do it again, but never say never. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my Saturday in October. And I've got to come back and pick that and bring it in, because look how beautiful it is. Have a good weekend. See you next time.